In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the brand new debt-free Scream stage. They're here. Grant and Michelle are with us. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Dave.
Welcome. Where do you guys live?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, welcome. Appreciate you coming up to Nashville. Very fun. How much debt have you guys paid off?
$40,000.
All right. How long did this take you?
2 years and 6 days.
Ha! I love it. Fairly precise. And your range of income during that 2 years and 6 days?
Started at $56,000, ended at $56,000.
There you go. All right. What do you guys do for a living?
I'm a police officer in Memphis.
Okay.
And I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Fun.
With our 2 boys.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, thank you for serving your community, sir.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right. Neat stuff. What kind of debt was the $40,000?
Good old student loan debt.
Time to get rid of Sally Mae.
Got to.
Kick
Yep.
the old woman out of the house.
Navient and Nelnet.
I love it. Very fun. Good for you guys. So what happened 2 years and 6 days ago that put you on this journey?
Before we began our journey, I experienced a pretty significant mental health crisis. Some of it was tied to my job, but I can't blame it on my job. It's not my job's fault. So there was anxiety, there was depression, a pretty long bout with suicidal thoughts. Had to take 6 weeks off for therapy. Once we got that, we knew that something needed to be different. We knew we wanted to change as a family. We knew we wanted a house. But the biggest obstacle to that was the student loan debt. So about 6 months after I took 6 weeks off, I was able to change shifts to work in the night shift. Hi, Airways Alpha, if you're listening. That allowed us to go to the financial peace classes that our church, River City Church in Bartlett, offered. We made all the classes together. We started about, I think the second class was when we officially started counting our debt snowball. 2 years, 6 days, we got it done.
Wow. So how you doing yourself 2 years and 6 days later?
I'm a lot healthier.
Yeah.
Good.
He's like a different guy.
Yeah. Okay. There is something connected, and I'm not a mental health professional. I don't know anything about it, but there's something connected with hope and traction moving forward towards a goal that I believe I'm going to be able to hit. That walks someone through what you've been through, and the money piece sometimes can be a place that you get a hold of something and you go, okay, this is a victory I can have.
It's a very tangible victory. Sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes it's unpleasant. Sometimes, you'd rather drag your face across concrete.
Yeah.
But it's so incredibly necessary, particularly when you're able to overcome that this is just ones and zeros. It's not just ones and zeros. There's got to be a meaning and a purpose more fundamental and deeper than the ones and the zeros.
Oh yeah, you won't do it if you don't. It's too hard.
Much too hard.
You have to have a why, and in your case, you were, it became the tail end of a healing story, is what it amounts to. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you, Dave.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You fought off a lot more important stuff than debt here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We did.
And got rid of some debt too, by the way.
Yes, sir, we did.
Very, very good. So, what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
There has to be something foundational to. There has to be a meaning. There has to be a why. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why can bear almost any how." And for us, it was the latching on to changing crooked paths, changing things that had been damaged, renewing things that had been broken, putting back together things that had been torn to pieces, and cutting off a lot of dead wood, and at the same time building something new. Because the debt was our biggest obstacle to a home, so we were able to buy our first home after we got rid of the student loan debt. We have 2 beautiful boys at home, Noah and Jude, who don't have to have this particular piece be part of their legacy.
So, I can't walk away from this because I'm pretty sure if I read right, today is National Suicide Prevention Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in coincidences, and we lost a pastor friend of ours yesterday nationally, and to that, and I've lost 3 friends to that this year.
I'm sorry.
And you told us the key of how you get out of debt. What do you think the keys were to your recovering and moving away from that depression? What were the things people gave you as they retrained your brain to move forward? What would you tell somebody out there that's listening right now?
Regarding your own personal power, 2 things. 1, invest your power and your strength and your efficacy in the places that you can have the greatest contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, that's not going to be some great cause out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be you and your own personal transformation and the people that are closest to you.
Yep.
So, on the one hand, you're powerless to affect anyone else
Mm-hmm.
and make them do what you might do if you were in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
My personality, I tend to over-empathize with other people,
Mm-hmm.
and part of that is good, but the other side of that sword is I tend to overestimate my own ability to bring about the change that I would like to see in their lives.
Yeah.
While at the same time, since I'm focusing so much of my effort out that direction, it left me drained.
Yep. Your tank was
be
empty.
to be a better husband and a better father. Mm-hmm. So once I started realizing to relinquish control of things that I had no business trying to control anyhow, and putting my money in my own bank, as it were.
Now you're preaching.
That to the choir, no doubt. That was where I realized I could bring about the most change and do the most good.
Yeah.
Was in narrowing my focus, eliminating things that weren't essential, and focusing on home and me.
Because a certain portion of depression is often that this sense of powerlessness that I can't get unstuck. And you can't get unstuck when all your gas is out of your tank because you poured it out all the time. That's what you're saying. And you're not stuck, dude. You have the traction you guys have had in your lives, and the $40,000 is just that's just the gravy on the biscuit on your story, man. You got a great story. God's been good to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
And probably the scariest part for me personally through this was that because I'm a stay-at-home mom, I didn't contribute financially to the debt being paid off. I had to pick up slack at home, and also because his job was such a catalyst with his mental health issues, that fear that as he worked overtime that he would, get back into those
relapse. Yeah.
that he would relapse, that he would get back into those wrong ways of thinking and stuff. And so my perseverance was a much quieter perseverance. I had to trust that God was going to keep him balanced. And also I was there going, this isn't a race. There's nobody is putting a stopwatch on us or anything. Like, let's just keep going, one step at a time.
It is a marathon.
Yeah. He's more of a sprinter and I'm more of a slow goer. And so we kind of balanced each other through
Yeah,
it.
I kind of suspected that. Yeah. All right, you guys are special. What a great story.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Got a copy of Chris Hogan's book for you, Everyday Millionaires. That is the next chapter in your story. That's the next thing down the pike. This is just the beginning. The things are going to go from here are absolutely going to be incredible for y'all. I can see it very, very clearly. Well done, y'all. All right, it's Grant and Michelle, Memphis, Tennessee. $40,000 paid off in 2 years and 6 days, making $56,000. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt free!
I love it. Woohoo! Boom!